In this video, we're going to explore commands that you can use inside of Minecraft. Commands are easy ways to give things, teleport things, or just change environmental settings. The first we need to make sure is that we have these cheat codes turned on. So let's go back into your game settings. And we're going to scroll down until we find activate cheats. We want to make sure that this is turned on just like that. So once that's turned on, we're able to use command settings. The nice thing is students can't use commands if they're just in as members or visitors. They would actually have to be organizers of the world. So let's get out of settings here and see what some of these commands can do. The first thing is to activate the command, you have to hit the / key. When you hit that, your chat and commands come up. So normally we can use this as chat as well, but when you put in the /, that gets into command mode. If you look down here in the lower left, this is kind of an easy way, if you haven't used commands before, to start learning about commands. So I'm going to click on the / here, and it's basically an easy way. So we're not going to do code builder right now, but we can set world spawn, which means when people enter your universe, you can determine where that's going to be. But let's start with an easy one. Let's just go to weather. So when I click weather, notice the commands kind of form on their own. So down here it types in weather for me, and up here it displays the types of things you can do. So here it kind of gives you the different types of weather. So just to make it easier and continue using the easy access, I'm going to choose thunderstorm. So there it is, /weather thunder. So when I actually go in and hit the enter or this button, you can see instantly it changes into a thunderstorm. Ooh, spooky. All right, let's clear that up. So I can hit the / command again, and I'm just going to do this manually. I'm going to type weather and type clear, and the thunderstorm moves on. Okay, so this is kind of finding your easy chats, and we have teleport, things like that as well. So let's get into manually doing this as well. So there are quite a few cheats that you might be using, but these are going to be the basic ones that we typically use. So one of the big ones is actually giving blocks to students or players. So right now, this student in front of me doesn't have any blocks. I'm going to hit the / command again, and you can see right now when you do /, it does provide you with a lot of different ideas for commands. We're not going to get into all these because there are tons of them, but one you're going to use quite often is probably the give command. So where you can give an item to a player. When I hit the space, the first thing you're going to do is decide the target. So who are you giving this stuff to? Now, some of the common things, you can see the @ symbols here. You can give to all the players, closest players, a random player, but you can also give them to individual students. So this student's name is the AKW student. So if I start typing the AKW student, it kind of gives you narrowed down suggestions. So here in the suggestion area, see how it just says, that's the only student? One nice tip is to autofill this, you can use the tab button. So I could type out this whole thing, but when I click tab, it goes in directly and makes it a lot easier on me. I'm going to hit the space bar, and now I have to decide what am I going to give this student. So once again, this doesn't show everything, it just shows you a lot of things, but I know I want to give this student a grass block. So I'm simply going to type in grass and then hit enter. And now this student is super happy because this student's inventory has grass now. So this student can now build, so this student can now place grass blocks because that's what I gave them. So once again, if I go in, type in give, sometimes I want to give all players this. So I do the @ symbol @A. With this one, let's just give everyone, let's say, a gold block. Now you can see that even I have one too because I put in all players, so that allows me to have the gold block as well. Another really good one that you might want to use for a command is going to be the teleport. So teleporting is really important because sometimes your world is so big students get lost, or maybe you want to bring everyone back to you or to a certain destination. So what we're going to do for teleport is I have a space over here. Now, one of the most important things you need for teleporting is the coordinates, because that tells you where in the world they're going to be. So to double check, I hit the escape button, go to my settings, and I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to make sure that show coordinates is on. And you'll know that because you'll see them in the top right-hand corner. So we have a couple different options. You can see I have this little terracotta statue here. So one thing I want to do is I want to find out exactly what the position of this terracotta is, because this is where I'm going to teleport the student. So you can see it's 126,104. So I'm going to get off this, and I'm going to put in those teleport coordinates. So I'm going to put /, and this time I'm going to put in teleports. So you can see it's up there, teleport, or you can even use a short form, TP. So once again, I choose my target because it's that student. I'm just going to type in that student and hit tab. And then I'm going to put in the coordinates. So 126,104. And then I hit enter. Oh, there he is. He's standing on top of that little pillar there because those are the exact coordinates. The other thing you can do is if you're in a certain destination, maybe you want to make sure that they teleport to you. So I can put in / teleport. I'm going to choose my student, and then I'm going to choose myself. So when I do this, whoa, that's super close. He teleports to the exact spot that you're on. So teleporting is a really great feature too. Now, as you can see, things are happening because it is now nighttime. Well, guess what? Surprise, surprise. There is a always day command in here, and that's why there's just so many commands. You're going to look it up on MinecraftEDU.net to see exactly all the commands you can do. The last one I want to show you is that immutable world. So right now, everyone in here can simply destroy or build, but remember, immutable world kind of turns on adventure mode where they can interact, but they can't build or destroy. So with that command, it's simply /. And the nice thing is there's really only one immutable world command, but what you have to do is you have to turn it on or off. So you can see it's saying false or true. So if I put on true, and now it says immutable world is true, and I cannot build or destroy anything. So that's a nice way. It just saves you having to go back into the settings and changing that. So I'm just going to put that in again and change it to false. And now I can build again. So those are some of your basic commands that you'll probably use in your worlds with your students, but there are so many more commands. I suggest going to the MinecraftEDU website to see all the commands you can do because there are so many.